Hey, it's Biddy Penny, and I'm here with some simple background techniques. So all you need are basic supplies, like I have these inexpensive paints from Target, Hobby Lobby, some cardstock, and a gift card that's been used up. And this first one is one that I use very often, and I really just put a dab of paint directly onto the gift card and I smear it across the surface, and it gives me stripes. You can do this, of course, portrait or landscape, and I just love it. You throw a piece of ephemera on it, you can splatter on it, and it's awesome. Now I'll leave in the cleaning one time here so you can see working on a glass mat is amazing. I use this Tim Holtz mat for a reason. I love to get inky, messy paint everywhere and on me, but I like an easy cleanup as well. So here I'm showing you a broader stroke, and I'm going to start layering it. So the first one I'm just going to leave one color. I set that one aside to dry, and now we're going to use some Distress Oxide ink. I wanted to play around. I have a brayer because I do jelly prints, but it wasn't really giving me what I wanted, and that's not the best brayer either. So now I'm picking up and dragging the ink across my background just like I did with paint. So maybe you don't have paint, or maybe you don't have ink, but you have the other. They give you pretty much the same result. Okay, so now I'm going to bring in some ink from Lawn Fawn. This is one of my favorite colors, Guava, out of all the ink pads that I have. And I love mustard, or I love yellow, period. But anyways, so now I'm dragging that ink across, and I'm not getting a great amount of drag. The difference between this and the Distress Oxide is it has some pigment. It's like I guess a half and half, or whatever the oxide is, so it glides a little more. And this is a dye ink, but I still like the results I get from it. And then I'm going to give it a touch of blue. So my color palette I chose to base off of leftover ephemera from a Spellbinders kit. So again, when you're doing things like this, it's nice if you kind of know what you want to work with in advance so you can coordinate, and you don't just create, because this gets addictive, right? And you don't just create like 12 card bases and then you're like, I don't know what I'm going to do with this, but that was fun. So have an idea in advance of ephemera or stamps or color palettes, and that'll give you something workable to use and not just sit in a pile in your craft room. Ask me how I know. So here I've smeared some more guava on my glass mat, and then I wanted to soften the edges with a dry paintbrush. That way it wouldn't be too streaky. And then I also just wanted just a softest pink, so that's why I chose that technique. Okay, 3 down. And let's see what's next. So this one, I take the paint to the glass mat, and I don't even worry about cleaning up the guava because it's not really going to come through, and I already know that. And now I'm choosing colors that are, if they like mix together, I'll just get a green basically. And so I was a little strategic there as well in choosing the colors I wanted to work with, because I'm going to do some smushing. I think that's a technical term in our crafty card world. So I'm going to just spray a little water because I want to activate everything. And I'm going to smush my clean paper into the paint. And then I could try to, really spread it as much as possible. And I'm gonna go in for one more go here. And again, I'm just activating it with a little more water. This is also going to mute the color a little bit, so this is going to be a softer result here. And then now I'm strategically putting the paper kind of where I want this to go, but I'm not overly worried about it, obviously. I'm not trying to control it too much. I'm just trying to get an even spread. So now that I have that done, I'm going to use And again, now all this makes green, right? So I just mix everything together, and I use the remaining part of that to kind of fill out the edges. And I really love this one. It looks like a gel print, but it's totally not, right? No brayer, no jelly plate, just so simple. Okay, the very last one, it might be the easiest one, but it does take a certain touch. So you just glide your ink pad across the surface ever so slightly, depending on the result that you want. I wanted a really streaky result, and that's it. You're done. So come check my videos out again. I'm going to make 5 cards with these. Thanks for watching.